We have here a handball game between two teams. Um, the green team is a Hungary-based team called Győr, and they are playing a Croatian-based team called, if I can pronounce this right, Podravka Koprivnica. What I'm going to do here is go over an example of how a back scores a goal in handball. And there are many ways goals can be scored, and backs aren't the only people who score them, but this is just an interesting example of how the back was able to find space and make the score. In this particular case, the team in white, the Croatian team, you only see 5 players here. There should normally be 6 on the defense, but what this little thing tells you right here is one of the players is currently sitting out for 2 minutes for a suspension, and there are 54 seconds left in that suspension. So they're shorthanded by a player. So the green team has right now an advantage, and they're going to take advantage of it, take advantage of their advantage. Right now, we are about 2/3 of the way into the first half, and Győr, which is loaded with international talent, some of the best players from throughout Europe and also Brazil are on this team. They're killing their opponent, as you can see. It's a 30-minute half, 20 minutes and 30 seconds into the first half. They're winning 13-7, and they're about to score another goal. So right here we have Anita Grbic, who is the center back. She just substituted in for another player, so she just came in, and we're about to see a goal in a matter of seconds. The left back is going to be the person who scores the goal. Her name is Veronica Kristiansen, and she's Norwegian. So the first thing, before I go into what happens, you can see now. So they've got a 5-0 defense, and right here is the pivot or line player, Kari Bratseth, who I believe is also Norwegian. She's going to play a role in this as well. So the first thing that will happen is we'll see a pass from Anita Grbic, the center player, to the left back. So in the process of doing that, you can see how the defensive players have kind of moved over to stand between her and the goal. But at the same time that this is happening, the pivot on the green team is also moving over to the left. And she continues to move to the left. Now, at this point, Veronica Kristiansen passes it to the center back. So, and meanwhile, Kari Bratseth, the pivot, is still over here on the left. So the center back throws it to the back, and this is when things really start to happen. So the center back moves slightly over to the right, drawing players to cover her with the anticipation that the right back might be passing it to her, and they need to block her access to the goal. So that's precisely what happens, except they don't pass it to her. They pass it instead to Veronica Kristiansen over here. At this point, because this white defender has moved over to cover the center back who's moved in, Veronica Kristiansen, the left back, suddenly has a huge opening. In a matter of a second, she's just going to find that opening. Now, there is one player here, but there's a huge gap here. And because the pivot has opened up the gap as well, the pivots sometimes stand in the center, but the pivot is way over here, so there's this huge opening. As you can see, Veronica Kristiansen scoring a goal for you. So there you have it. There's an example of a goal in handball. Hope you had fun.